All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. I'm meditating on the spirit that the Lord put upon the apostle Tahar to deem this year, the year of sellouts, etc., false prophet, etc. But I was meditating, and not only is the Lord exposing the false prophets, the ones that call themselves to be, leaders of Israel, man, children of Yahweh Hashem Shai, prophets, teachers, etc. But everybody else that's in your life, if you've truly in this thing predestined, then 'tis the season where the Lord is beginning to reveal the false prophets, quote unquote, if you will, in your life, man. The false people, whether that be your children, to your wife, to your siblings, anybody in your household, grandparents, friends, co-workers, etc. Anybody that you would deem a part of your life, man. 'Tis the season where the Lord is starting to pour his spirit out upon all flesh, and we're starting to see you might not make it, man. All right, because you're not putting on as the Lord's hopeful elect. Looking at our watch, spiritual, right? Looking at our spiritual watch, it's getting late in the day, TikTok, for you to still be calling upon an idol. If you ain't got the name Yahweh Shema Shai, now it ain't looking good. How you gonna get it when the famine of the word come? You might not make it. And I'm talking about people of your own household. 'Tis the season, not only for the Lord to expose these false damn prophets that's receiving all these benefits in this glory. Not that we want any of it, but goodness gracious, you guys are teaching lies, and the Lord is exposing that. But also within brothers' families, because the Lord did also say, along with it being false prophets, but a man's foes should be they of his own household. So we're in some interesting prophetic times, man. We just got to keep our faith, because the Lord is showing himself to be with a particular group of people who exhibit a particular type of spirit. First and foremost, they're calling upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh, or Yahweh Shah. All right, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man, to the best of their ability, teaching. So everybody else it ain't looking good, man. It ain't looking too good for those guys, man. Therefore, all we got to do is say the Wadi Abba Shema Shah. Let us continue in this, Lord, and finish, because we almost done, man. This thing is happening fast. I don't know what happened in the last 2 days. Things is going so fast, man. You know what I mean? I was just here, you know what I mean? And it's back. The sun then came up. It's what is it, 6 in the morning? The sun already up. It's coming up early. I don't know what's going on, other than, oh man, we got to be getting ready to get up out of here. All right, this is the book of John, chapter 5 and verse 25. All right, it says, verily, verily, I say unto you, the hour is coming. What hour? Right, all of this prophecy, but ultimately the hour of temptation, ultimately our salvation, man. All right. And now is when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God. First and foremost, spiritually, the ones that's on the earth right now, we are being wakened, all right, quickened through this spirit, through the word, Malak Yahawashah, truth, all right? And we're coming out of that dead state, but also in the physical sense, man. Listen to this. When the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God, Malak Yahawashah, and again, we're experiencing that now. And they that hear shall live. For as the Father have life in himself, so have he given to the Son to have life in himself, and have given him authority to execute judgment also. And we're coming in authority of Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashah as self-proclaimed prophets right through the Spirit. And we're saying that Malak Yahawashah has this authority through Yahweh to execute judgment. He has the authority to what Amos 3 and 7, reveal his secret unto his servants, the prophets. And that is what these people are experiencing on a daily basis, man. The prophets, man, the helpers of the prophets, the teachers, the believers, versus everybody the hell else, man. Okay. to execute judgment also, because he is the Son of Man. Malak Yahawashah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. Marvel not at this. Remember, throughout the scriptures, our brothers tell us all the time, hey, think it not strange. The Lord tells us this, think it not strange when the temptation come upon you, man. Okay? Marvel not at this, though. The power, the authority that Malak Yahawashah has, the fact that we're telling our people through that authority that Esau Edom is going into captivity, along with the rest of you heathen nations that put your MFing hands on the Lord's children, even though it was his will for it to happen. The Lord is just in that regard to repay, what you did unto us, man, and put you in slavery, man, in captivity for 1,000 years. And our Lord is so merciful that at 1,000 years, the nation of Esau Edom is going to be eradicated. That's another topic for another day. You should be studying and show yourself approved, man, to know these things, man, and it'll comfort you, because we're going to need that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Scriptures say, wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, these confusing times where the Lord is revealing, though, the confusion, these false prophets, man. I'm not finna, because I don't really deal with that. I watch it from a distance, man. I observe. My name is Sakar. Brother gave me the name Sakar through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, means to observe, right? And that's what I do. That's my spirit. That's you know what I mean? I observe from a distance. I speak on it if the Lord have me speak on it. But other than that, I don't make no mentions of these guys, man. I'm worried about myself and my household, quote unquote, the brothers and sisters, man, that's really about this thing, because we're about to receive our reward. And that's important that we remember that, man. Matter of fact, let me get this in Mark. It just popped up. Mark 9:41. In relation to what I just briefly said, for whosoever shall give you a cup of water to drink in my name. So what I was saying about, not only see everybody has their light, everybody isn't an exact prophet, all right, but some are just believers, some are helps, even though the things that you learn as a believer, a helper of the prophets, will in fact aid you in the ability to prophesy. Once you learn, you're able to teach your household, hey, what the MOTB is and things of that nature. But that doesn't necessarily make you a prophet. But the whole point we're going to read here, hey, everybody has their lot, and we need to be praying to the Lord to be able to fulfill that to the best of our ability, so what we can receive what the scriptures is talking about, not only the prophets but the helpers as well, you believers, you women. And the day is coming where the Lord is finna unite the family. All right, now he's doing it through the spirit. We're scattered, all right, but the Lord is waking us up, man, at a fast pace. Scripts speak about us having a more sure word of prophecy. This is Mark 9:41. For whosoever shall give you a cup of water, referring to the prophets, in my name, Malak Yahawashah, because ye belong to Hamashiach, verily I say unto you, he shall not lose his reward, man. And that's great to remember, man. So do that. If you see these men, do that literally. If you have the opportunity, go out there. I don't have to be a cup of water. You can do the bottle, of course, or clothes. But Jake, be circumspect about that. You come up there with a cup now, all right. But do that. But it doesn't just mean that. It goes into charity. Charity cup covers a multitude of sins, man. Paying your tithes, man, being charitable financially, if that's it, and making garments, however it is, giving, whatever, man, just helping the body, praying, fasting, make your body a living sacrifice. And the things that we do in private, the scriptures say the Lord will reward openly. So you go on the fast and you pray for brothers to, for their protection. The Lord will give you a prophet's reward if you endure into the end, though. Okay, you have to actually pass the test, okay? But if you're not a prophet, now on the highways and byways, you give put on as a hopeful elect, god dang it, right? And you'll receive a prophet's reward. And that's important, man, because you're going to need to remember this as the famine of the word coming, and we promise you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Hawashah, because we believe in the Lord, and the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. It isn't our words that we say this, and I give this promise about a famine, the great tribulation, the MOTB. It is in fact the Lord Yahweh, who the world ignorantly just calls God. All right, we've taught these things, man. It is getting, once again, late in the day, looking at that spiritual clock, and we always bring it out. Now it's high time to awake, man. it's time, and the Lord is revealing that, man. It's amazing the spirit that the Lord put upon the men of the Lord, period. Not only the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Apostle Tahar, we do like to give reverence to the spirit of decent men, but for him to name this year, the year of sellouts, apostates, I guess, false prophets, etc. And we see it now more than ever, man. These camps, and the Lord saving the best for last. Of course, it's probably going to be the IUIC that he's going to save for last via that judgment, man, via that exposing. But look at all the men that have came up against the men and I don't of Great Millstone, man. But the believers, the true believers, because guess what? There's plenty of stories concerning the Lord's hopeful elect that doesn't get told, that doesn't get seen, that have, people have been arrested, like Brother Polite, when he came, so-called Brother Polite, when he came with that mess and the false accusations, he's currently in prison, I do believe, man, for those same accusations that he made against the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, or the whole body of Great Millstone, or the whole body of Yahweh Shemal Shah that believe in this truth, man. All right. 'Tis the season that the Lord is exposing these things, man. So that's amazing. It's a faith booster. The ones that's sincere and calling upon Yahweh Shemal Shah, taking the load, understanding that glory is going to come. We're not seeking vain glory. We're not seeking a position that we ought not have. That's the spirit of pride. And we do understand pride goeth before destruction. That haughty spirit, that haughty look before a fall. Who has that more than anybody of our nation? The so-called women. Not to get on that, but that's just where the spirit led it. Our women are very haughty, they're very prideful, and again, that goes before destruction, and that's what we're promising through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem and Yahweh Shai, man. The book of Proverbs 11, no, 15. So for you jakes that don't want to listen, think you got away with things, man. Going back to those people of that number, of that multitude doing evil, those false prophets, as well as these false family members. Yes, this is about the Lord's family, this remnant, this hopeful elect. So the Lord is exposing who ain't of your family, man. Remember, a man's foe shall be they of his own household. For you Israelite that think this is an effing game, listen to your brother Sakar when he tell you about the drama that comes with, the family. Every brother has an experience. That's what the Lord had me. A brother was speaking, was it last night? I can't tell the time so fast, but he was speaking about that. And every brother got his lot, man. And every brother has his walk, and it's for that brother's strength, but also the strength of the body when we can give that good heartfelt testimony. Prepare yourself, man. We have to prepare ourselves for Jacob's trouble, for the great tribulation. These people are going to bug out, and if you have never experienced that, it's going to suck. It's going to be a hell of a sight. Brothers have been homeless, man. Listen to the brothers, how it is and how the Lord was with them. There's storms and things that in this truth, brother, we've seen it, man. The snowstorm that came through Texas, we got brothers scattered all throughout Babylon the Great, man. Listen to the testimonies. Watch when those storms come. Hey, brothers still be prophesying, man. That's a good sign that the Lord is with these particular men. So we put on as the hopeful elect. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and good. If you are coming in the fear of the Lord, that'll keep it there. Okay. Understanding that the Lord sees everything via however he wants to. Hell, if he wants to see it himself, he'll do that. All right. But we know it for the most part, holy angels, and the Lord got an innumerable to us, but the Lord know the number of his angels, man. All right, but they're beholding, reporting, taking our prayers up to Malak Yahweh Shai, and Malak Yahweh Shai, hey, he deals with it as he sees fit. If he wants to take it to the Father, if that's what he wants to do, if he want to answer it himself, he can do that. He has that power. All authority has been given to Malak Yahweh Shai if you can receive it under Yahweh. This seems to be a huge freaking stumbling block to unlearned individual. This whole Yahweh, the and Yahushua thing, man. Two separate entities, man. What's the confusion? Oh, we understand it now. The Lord didn't give it to you. You're blinded. It was only revealed to his secrets. He gave his secrets to his servants, the prophets. Now we understand it. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. All right, and it reads, no man can serve two masters. You two-thirds, you pretenders, you so-called Christians, man, that want to have one foot in the truth. Hey, you believers, you ones that know that you Hebrew Israelites, but still want to put on that Christianity spirit. You can't serve two masters, man. Why? For either he will hate the one, and you don't have to literally say that. It's going to manifest in your actions. Or you claim you love the Lord, but when you hear certain aspects of our law or the Lord's law, okay, then that's when you buck up against it, and it shows yourself to hate Yahweh Shema Shah. When you buck up against the prophets, to show yourself to hate the Lord. If you offend one of his little ones, the Lord say, hey, it's better a great millstone be hanging around about your neck, because you might as well have done it to him. Okay, we're family, and people don't respect that. The Lord ways are higher than ours, so if he claims us, and you can take that to the bank. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon, these false idols, these Jebus, all these false idols, these false gods. You can't serve Yahweh and try to serve somebody else. It ain't gonna work. The Lord is gonna put that spirit of division. Malak Yahushua said he came to do that. Matter of fact, so it'll behoove you to make sure you're on the right hand side of your serving, man. All right, because if not, all of your labor, all of your suffering, all of your sacrifice, and all of your hurt, your pain, okay, your embarrassment, is going to come to naught. It's going to be in vain. There'll be no immediate reward for you. You have to be reborn in the kingdom if you are an Israelite. If you are not an Israelite by blood, okay, spiritually by blood, you will not be participating in the spoils of the kingdom of Yahweh Bahashim Mahawashah. You'll be able to see some of the glory via what we do to the earth, what the servants do to the earth, but you're not coming in our kingdom, okay? That seems to be another stumbling block, that salvation is for everybody. First and foremost, they err not knowing the scriptures. How does one obtain salvation? They're going to give you a whole spiel of winging it, saying you say this prayer. I accept Jeebus with all my heart. Something in that regard. Y'all know the spiel. Well, that ain't it. Look at Romans 8 and 29. The Lord, you don't find him. The Lord finds you. If you can receive that, he wouldn't be all powerful if that wasn't the case, man. He has to pick, and that's in Romans 8 and 29, predestination. The Lord predestined before the foundations of the earth who was going to be conformed to the image of his son, Malaki Hawashah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. Another stumbling block. Why? Via bringing it back, the Wadi Abba Shemashah, to the theme of the epistle, I guess, or the subject, these false prophets. That's why all these lies that we've inherited, and they're still pushing it. But guess what? They're prospering, they're prospering doing it, but the Lord is revealing it. Not just the ones, talking Hebrew Israelite, but your TD Jakes and them, man. The Lord is getting ready to reveal all these things on a major scale. Therefore, it'll behoove you. Take the low, man, and the Lord will hide you, from all this shame that's gonna come. But shame must come, embarrassment must come, man. Malachi Hawashah went through it, man. All right, so what make you think that you're not gonna be embarrassed? All right, you're not gonna get joked at, laughed at the least, at its highest persecution, head chopped off. Right, meditate on that. Don't listen to these false prophets. A great tribulation is coming. Let me see if let's see. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra real quick. 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Man, sword, I always say, symbolic, death, war, division, famine, both food and hearing the word, water. It's going to be a lot of death. And how? A bunch of different ways. Animals, mosquitoes, man. They're getting ready to release millions and millions of mosquitoes throughout Babylon the Great. For what reason? Sinister. I don't care what they say. We don't care what they say. and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, not just here in the USA. The whole earth is a bunch of weirdos, man. Look at them people living in the rainforest and stuff, all the abomination that they're stuffing. And some of them girls, like the Moabite chicks, if that is them over there, or who, it's a lot of mixing and matching. But some of the girls look good, man. Shit, all these nations, man, have nice looking daughters, nice looking women, but oh man, they're off. We're gonna rectify that in the kingdom. All that eating squid and stuff, man. You see them mukbang videos, and them, some of them could look good in the face, man. But they got a belly mouthful of abomination, man. Octopus, squid, man. Eat geoduck, man. Look like a big old rod, man. And then they bite it off and then look like DNA come out. It's just disgusting, man. All right, all that's against the law. It's clearly we shouldn't be eating shit like that. But you talk about shrimp, crab, lobster to a so-called nigga. Oh man, they'll fight you. They'll fight you about it. We've experienced these things, man. Okay, Second Ezra 15 again, though, man. 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilling. We see the fulfilling of those wicked, hurtful works by observing the earth, observing our people, our tribes, our hoods, our communities. It's all effed up. The women are messed up. The men are effeminate. They just care about sports and making money, and being whoremongers. The women, oh man, they are completely bugged out. Tongue out type of spirit, right? Twerking all over planet Earth like they've lost their freaking minds. Why? Because they have. They're the weaker vessel, and demons are running rampant throughout their mind, and everybody's sick of it. First and foremost, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So are we. Surprise, surprise. You think that we would be men, we would love seeing these women. We're men, we're gonna look, and I enjoy, but I'm wise enough to understand there's a time and place for everything, Eve. You're showing your body off to millions of men. You're going to be judged for that. We don't care what you say. You're being a whore. That's part of our law, statutes, and commandments concerning you daughters. Should not be a whore. Not be no prostitutes. Things like that. Let the other women do those things. Let the other women wear Daisy Dukes from the actual chick named Daisy Dukes from Dukes of Hazzard, man. Still dressing like that. They still doing this shit with the little shorts when the summer come. Our women need judgment. They need correction. They're screaming for it. We understand it now. They're running to the judgment. They're running to it. It's okay. We're not. We're running to Yahweh Shema Shah. We're running to the gates of mercy, man. And we understand that if we in fact pass this test, we'll look better than you clowns anyway. All you so-called dime pieces, right? Male, female, okay, doesn't matter. Once we get those new bodies, it's over with for all y'all. Good thing we're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in our hearts, because it be over with for all, you guys so-called wise, man. But that ain't going to be no issue. Lucky for y'all guys in the kingdom. Won't be no adulterous thoughts. You won't think it, okay? Because it'll be a problem how much beauty, how much fine shit finna be walking in this kingdom, man. Wait for it. It's worth it. Matter of fact, let's bring out some precepts in relation to rewarding, man. So many. Let's go. Let's start in the book of Proverbs right quick. 13 and 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, man. Yahweh, he's a good father, and he's giving us this inheritance through Malak Yahweh Shah, his only begotten son. We come in that understanding. We want to leave a legacy, a heritage. We understand we could possibly make it into this kingdom first go round. And for all eternity, our children will hear these stories of what happened on this earth, our past lives, right? If the spirit of the prophet subject to the prophet. Also, I wanted to say this, and maybe I'll do an epistle. If the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets, that means the spirit of the wives of the prophets are subject to the wives of the prophets, man. So them sisters have already, because the Lord don't play with that bullshit adultery. He don't mix and match. If you like lawfully, then he gonna work that out through the spirit, man, and it's gonna manifest this on this side. So our wives, we've already known them. Oh yeah, they're just coming, just like we believe in reincarnation. Our wives, man, and if I'm saying if these are the predestined elect, I'm gonna save it for another epistle, man. It's too deep, but I've been meditating just how deep this thing goes. I'm talking first fruits. We meditate on that. Malachi Hawashah creating 144,000. Do the math on that. This thing is very deep. No, I'm gonna just leave it at that. And scripts speak about the mysteries, man. Yahweh Hashem Hawashah. There's great mysteries, man. Our brothers, so much so, couldn't even speak of some of the things, right? In relation to those mysteries. You just wait for it. What till you see? Because that hopeful elect, starting with that 144,000, was with Malachi Hawashah, creating the earth, the foundation, the universe, the planets. What if those brothers all created their own wives? This is all a test. Like I said, we'll save that thought for another epistle, maybe. Like maybe we create, because you gotta think, if we're of the first fruits, Malachi Hawashah being the first of the first fruits, we predate everybody. That means your mama, your grandmama. That means the hopeful elect, that 144,000, starting with them. They was here before everybody else, and also their wives, man. Stop the cap. All right, stop the playing. The Lord has great mysteries that have yet to be revealed. This is just a portion. This is what the Lord has revealed in order for us to get back home so we can experience. You know why? And man, it sucks. It sucks that we haven't experienced this the good side of Yahweh, right? Because the Lord is like that. We kind of forgot because we've been dealing with his anger for so many years, so many generations, right? All these captivities, all these confusion, all this mediocre living, that we forgot how much the Lord can bless. We've been dealing with that mediocre, that pretend stuff, that selling your soul shit, that crash out, that being a hoe to make money shit, that working a 9 to 5 to get money shit. That ain't real deal. The Lord having mercy on us for real, for real. He's merciful, but ain't the true infinite mercy. That's when he say, hey, Malachi Hawashah, get him, whatever that commandment gonna be. Salakia, but when Yahweh get that good go ahead to Malachi Hawashah to come get us, that's gonna be the ultimate part. And that's what we look forward to, because we'll be perfect then, buddy. Then it'll be on and popping for all eternity, for how much ever shit that we want to talk, quote unquote, spiritually. All right. And we will have been earned the right to do that via suffering, like Malachi Hawashah. Let him be the author of this thing, man. And we follow the author. We read this book, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Hawashah. It is going down. Again, 2nd Esdras, back to the reward stuff. 2nd Esdras, chapter 8 and 51. But understand thou for thyself. Understand what you're a part of, man. For your damn self. Scripture speak about, we got to take up our own cross, man. Our own belief. We may be alone in Jacob's trouble. And seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, and the Lord's ways are higher than ours. Let me see if I can just Google paradise. Remember, the Lord's ways are higher than ours, though. So when the Lord says this is paradise, it has a greater meaning than what we can come up with. Why? Because eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. It says in the Bible, generally refers to a place of supreme beauty, peace, and eternal fellowship with Yahweh. Yeah, man. So meditate on that, though. What's it say? Supreme. It doesn't just say beauty. It says supreme beauty. Scripture speak about some of the things pertaining to the kingdom, the stone, the foundations thereof, and the beauty, the excellency, the throne. All right, the terror of Yahweh in his throne, the lightnings, the thunder that surround his throne, accompany, the holy angels descending and ascending upon Malachi Hawashah, holy, holy, non-stop, holy, holy, right? This is supreme beauty right here. We ain't never seen nothing like that, man. All right, peace. That's something we ain't never seen, man, on this side, man, since Eve did her little shit, right? And been no peace in eternal fellowship with Yahweh, and we could be here for all eternity to go in what that means, fellowship and with Yahweh. He's finna open up the mysteries, man, those planets, the universes, and everything else that we can't even come up with in our mind. Meditate on that, though, as the Lord continues to reveal in this season of sellouts, apostates, of false prophets, man. And that be the whole point of the epistle. It's time. The Lord is revealing that, but not only those guys, Watch your damn family. Watch your damn friends. Watch these other people, man. Your damn neighbors. What scripts speak about that, man? A man shall have no pity upon that neighbor because of the great tribulation, because of lack of bread, which we are promising through Malachi Hawashai's word, his testimony. He's risen from the dead, walking through damn walls, walking on water, multiplying food, all type of miracles that people really deem as false fables, fairy tales, if you will. Well, let's see. And it's important because we're going to be deemed crazy, psychotic, teased, if you know what I mean, against Babylon the Great. You got to be grounded in your spiritual reality and don't be shaking, cause the Lord gonna do some shaking. He gonna shake it up, shake you up, shake it up. You gotta remain still, finding that peace and tranquility. I got so many epistles coming in my head. I've been praying for the words, right? Pray for words, man. That's all this thing is about right now, this phase. That's all we doing, speaking. Pray for words. If it seems like we're running out of words, and we can bet your bottom dollar, Malachi Hawashai has an abundance for us. So there's an abundance of work to be done. We should pray for laborers, man, so we can get out of here. And then as soon as we get the hang of this, man, together, watch, we're just going to be right on to the next phase. That's how the Lord do it, man. And once we get on that to the next level, boom, because the Lord is merciful. We want to think that, we want to meditate upon his mercy. And that means he going to take us through fast, man, fast. So you got to get on a certain freaking level. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Till next time, Shalom.